You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
I'm Stephen Cabral, and today on our Weight Loss Wednesday edition, I'm pretty excited to bring you this episode, and that's because we're going to do a case study for where someone would typically come into my wellness center in Boston, and they would kind of come with a laundry list of things that have been going on in their life, issues that they've been having, but all around one specific topic. So as we get going, you're going to see this is a question that someone actually emailed in just at stephencabral.com/ask Cabral. Now, I'm not going to be able to always read all of the long ones that come through to me on the podcast. Of course, I do always read them and I do always answer all of your questions, and I'm happy to do that. But I'd like you just to see, because this is someone that's struggling with a lot of things right now in their life, with wellness, with digestion, with weight loss. And I want to show you their story, just use their first name, of course, and then tell you how I would go about helping them, and then also how they can go about helping themselves, because really that's what it's all about. So let's get right into it. So Taryn asks, "Dear Dr. Cabral, I love your podcast. I'm so glad I found it. Thanks for all you do. So here is my question. I'm having a ridiculous time losing weight. I'm 5'7", 170-pound female, and I'm 37 years old. I would like to weigh between 140 and 150 pounds. I've been stuck in a plateau at 170 for over 5 years! ! I cannot seem to get this weight off." All right, so first she's talking about weight loss and how she's about 20 to 30 pounds overweight. She's in her mid-30s. Female, and she's been looking to lose this weight for quite some time. All right. I'm also have extreme bloating, and I already have stomach fat, and it looks like I'm 8 months pregnant. No exaggeration. Please keep that in mind as I'm answering the question. Now she's talking about bloating and how her stomach looks like she's 8 months pregnant, even though she's not. She writes, "I've researched, read books, articles, videos, done meditation, looking for answers, but I can't find a way to lose the fat." So I'm reading directly, and I know people write really quickly on their phones, and the old autocorrect isn't always that pleasing on the eye when reading. "I've asked my skinny friends, but they don't have the answers either, because they've always been thin their whole lives." And I hear that quite a bit. "I'm also vegan, and I eat a healthy diet full of veggies, fruits, whole grains. Been vegan for 3 years. I've been told to a naturopathic doctor, and they told me that food allergy blood test is unreliable, and they didn't recommend me to do it. So they put me on an elimination diet for a month. No sugar, alcohol, wheat, soy, corn, etc. I'm vegan, so I already don't eat dairy or eggs, so that was easy. I basically ate fruit, vegetables, and rice. My bloating was a little better, but not fully, and I didn't really lose much weight, maybe a pound or two. And I don't think that eating just those foods the rest of my life is realistic or fulfilling. I have cut down alcohol to once per week. I've done detoxes and probiotics. I feel like I eat a good healthy diet. Sometimes I eat fake meats like veggie burgers or veggie sausage, etc., things like that. So would those foods cause me to gain weight? Or is it because I eat so much carbohydrates because I'm a vegan? I see so many vegans who are very thin and fit. If I didn't have food intolerances, would that stop me from losing weight? For example, if I was allergic to wheat or sugar, could that stop my body from releasing body fat? Could it be my hormones? My naturopathic doctor looked at my blood test for thyroid, and she said the results came back good. And my thyroid was fine. I've tried exercising, but I get such minimal results that it's not worth doing. I've tried various calorie amounts to see if that would make a difference. I've heard going below 1,200 calories is not healthy, and I think I would be miserable eating less than 1,200 calories. Do you think I should eat less than 1,200 calories to get some results for weight loss? How can I change my set point weight to a lower set point? I am really at the end of my rope here. I don't know what to do. Sorry this is so long, but I'm completely puzzled and depressed as to what my body refuses to release this body fat. Please help me find a way to lose weight. Sincerely, Taryn. Okay, so we're through all of it. We got through all of it. All right. So this is one giant paragraph as well. And the reason I read this is because I understand and empathize with Taryn's position. She, like many people who come to see myself and my team and my practice, have struggled for years, and in her case, at least 5 years with trying to lose weight. But there's so much stuff in here to go through. You can see that it's not as simple as just saying, okay, well, you're struggling to lose weight because of X. There's so much going on. She has bloating. She potentially has hormone-based issues. She's vegan. Not that that matters, but what's her vegan diet like? And she's tried so many things in her past. So how do we help someone who's tried almost everything, right, to get better, but still hasn't gotten there? All right, so let's talk about that, because we always joke around that when people come in and they say, I've tried everything. I've seen, dozens of doctors and dozens of weight loss plans, and I've seen, the best of the best and all that. How are you going to help me get well? And I always say this. That's because there's always an answer as to why you're not looking your best, feeling your best, or at your healthiest. That's just the bottom line. There's always an answer. And you just haven't found it yet. That's the bottom line. So, Taryn, here's what we have to do. Now, some of it you'll have already done, but that's okay. You still have to do it again. You have to go back, and you always have to start at the beginning. All right? That's the bottom line. Whenever you're not where you want to be, you have to do what I call a system reset. You have to start back at the beginning. So what you're going to do is you are going to go on a true elimination-based diet, and that includes grains as well, and you are going to start with just good, whole nutrition. The majority of your food is going to be plant-based, and we just have to see. I haven't looked at your blood work. I don't know what your glucose levels are, what your insulin levels are. Fruit might be great for you, or fruit might not be. You might see a lot of vegans on Instagram eating lots and lots of fruit, and they're able to control your blood sugar, and then that's fine. That's fine. Or they're having it earlier in the day, or they're having it before exercise. So you can't just go by what other people are doing. And so what I would need you to do is first control your blood sugar levels. I would need you to have your fruit predominantly, potentially when you wake up, and certainly after your workout. But we're not going to have it throughout the day. And I'm not saying you can't in the future, but for right now, we need to control those blood sugar levels. We're going to make sure the majority of your food is coming from vegetables, from a plant-based diet. Those are going to be your good, healthy, high-fiber-based vegetables. You're going to have protein with each meal. You're going to have probably a breakfast, lunch, mid-afternoon snack, and dinner. You're not going to do any exaggerated intermittent fasting except for a 12-hour overnight fast, which is about 7 p.m. at night to 7 o'clock in the morning, or 6 to 6, 8 to 8. But you're going to get your 12 hours in there. You're going to make sure that you're getting half your body weight in water per day. You're going to cut out alcohol. This is all for 3 weeks, okay? So for 21 days. Our Fatlocity plan outlines all of this. That's kind of the beginning step, right? That's what we give every single client that comes into our practice for weight loss and works with our personal training team, our body transformationists, all of those things. Now, it's a little different if you're working with me, and we'll talk about that in the future. Or we'll talk about that in the future, as in about 2 minutes from now. So that you have to start at the beginning. That's basically it. You have to start at the beginning, which is nutrition. After that, you're going to make sure that you're walking 10,000 steps per day every day. It may not seem like much, but that's going to make sure that you are not sedentary, that you are moving your body, that you're getting that lymphatic system flowing. After that, you are going to add in more days than not of exercise, because we do have to stoke that metabolism. You talked about not giving you immediate results, and I agree. We're not talking about immediate results. We're talking about long-lasting results, so that you don't just get down to 140 pounds, that you maintain that then for the rest of your life if you choose to. So what does that mean? Well, you're going to exercise, let's say, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then pick a weekend day to do something fun and get out there and exercise. But every day is still your 10,000 steps per day. You're going to do those things. You're going to keep going until you say, or you'll probably lose maybe 10 pounds or so. Okay, good. So now you're down to 160 pounds. And then after that, you're going to say, okay, I'm still putting in my work. Now I'm having a once per week cheat meal, not twice, not 3 times. You're doing once per week cheat meal. That's going to help you make sure those leptin levels and ghrelin levels are restored, so your body doesn't think it's starving. It can continue to burn body fat. And then after that, you're going to do a detox, and you must make sure that you are using a detox. There's so many out there, right? So I'm only going to recommend mine. Why am I going to recommend mine? I know it works. It's probably less expensive than most of them out there. It's guaranteed to work for you. If it doesn't work for you, great, then you get your money back. Very happy to do that. All I'm looking to do is help get you results. So why does mine work? Well, it helps clean your blood. It helps help your liver to better detoxify itself by giving its phase 1 and phase 2 nutrients. You don't need to know what any of that means. It's going to decrease inflammation levels. It's going to help regulate and rebalance blood sugar levels. So that will hopefully then help you lose another 5 to 10 pounds in 7 days. You can continue it on for longer and lose even more weight if you'd like, but everyone loses 5 to 10 pounds in the first 7 days, 10 plus pounds in 14 days, and 15 plus pounds in 21 days. So you're going to use that, and you're going to get very close to that 150 pound mark. And then you're pretty much at your goal, 140 to 150, and then you're going to whittle away after that. Now, if you're still not losing weight after that, what you're going to do is see a naturopathic doctor or a natural health doctor that's going to run more in-depth tests for you, because if you look 8 months pregnant, one of the reasons you might not be losing weight is, yes, you could have food sensitivity-based issues, but let's look way beyond that, because food sensitivity is not going to give you that bloating like that. What's going to give you that bloating like that is some type of yeast or bacteria living in the stomach, living in the intestines, that's then able to ferment certain carbohydrates that you're eating. Those certain carbohydrates are typically FODMAP-based, and they are then feeding the bacteria, feeding the yeast every time you eat those. So you'll want to do what's called an organic acids test to confirm that there's actually that yeast or bacteria there, or just get right onto a Candida small intestinal bacterial based overgrowth removal plan, which you can just find right at stephencabral.com/store. And you'll literally see our 3-month plan right there. And you'll start to eliminate those things that are not allowing you to absorb as many nutrients as you need. So you can see, Taryn, that there's an answer for how you do this. And that's why it's so systematic in my practice. And that's why we help everyone get results. I mean, that's the bottom line, is that I've seen all of this before. I work with it every single day. I've gone through all of it myself. And that's why I feel very confident in the results that I can get people come into my practice, but also sharing that with you today. And literally all I'm doing with you right now is sharing with you what I know works. And I know that there's an answer for you as well. You've tried everything. Well, don't worry about hormones yet, unless you start at the beginning and go back. You do need to consume less grains in the beginning. That's because your body might be really desensitized to insulin right now, meaning like you're eating these good carbs. Now they could be good for some people and not good for others. You could be more of an endomorphic or kapha body type. And when you eat that many carbohydrates, you're most likely going to store them more as body fat, whereas an ectomorph can eat all that fruit and all those whole grains, and they burn them off because their body is just more revved up. Their higher metabolism, their more sympathetic nervous system, all of those different types of things. So the bottom line is you start at the beginning. You're doing your elimination plan. You're eliminating the grains for the first 21 days. You're eliminating even the fruit for the first 21 days, and you're going vegetables for your carbohydrates. You're going lean proteins. Now, if you're vegan, that's okay. You're going to do predominantly chickpeas or legumes, maybe a couple times a week, some sprouted organic tofu that's non-GMO. You're going to do lentils. You're going to find things. But again, if they bloat you, well, that's a good sign that you're not able to break them down. You'll probably want to use a digestive enzyme to start with those as well. So there's so much. I mean, you could work with our nutritionist. That I just want to give you the options that I know would help you. But start with that. Start with the elimination. Do the detox. Get down at least half the weight you need to lose. Keep adding in the exercise. If you need to, then you'll run functional medicine-based tests from there. You'll make sure that you work with a qualified practitioner. If maybe now a naturopathic doctor everyone practices a little bit differently, right? Because a naturopathic doctor is just a naturopathic doctor. It's kind of a generalized term. What do they specialize in? What do they do? So, Taryn, hopefully that answered your question here today. I know it's not always straightforward. I know it's not always easy, but you do have to always go back to whatever those cliches are, right? Eat well, eliminate those grains and heavy starches in the beginning. You're going to start walking. You're going to start exercising more days than not. You're then going to do a 7, 14, or 21-day detox that will also help you learn how to eat properly, learn how to rebalance those blood sugar levels, decrease inflammation, and start to stop feeding all of the yeast and bad bacteria in the gut. And then after that, if needed, you can work with a professional to go from there. So, Taryn, hopefully that answers your question. I am always happy to answer these longer-based questions, but when it's this in-depth, when you've been working on it for 5 years, you say you've tried everything, sometimes it is best to do this. Work on this for like 6 to 10 weeks or so on your own. You can follow my advice, and then if needed, you work with a practitioner or coach more in-depth from there. All right, everyone, hopefully you enjoyed today's case study, and I'll be back real soon with more episodes of the Cabral Concept.
Are you ready to heal yourself and then go on to heal others? If so, the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute can help you discover proven functional medicine protocols that blend the best of 7 different healing disciplines from around the world. I personally share with you the exact handouts and protocols I use in my private practice that enable people to get well, lose the weight, and live longer, stronger. I want to pass this information on to the next generation of health coaches, and that is exactly why I created IHP. We are the future of the health coaching industry, and the skills and knowledge you will learn will make you an in-demand certified health coach anywhere in the world. Although we have many medical professionals taking the IHP certifications, no experience is necessary, and half our members have no previous health certifications. At the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, our motto is a health coach in every home. Our goal is that you take this knowledge and then share it with family, friends, loved ones, your community, or in a practice where you create a career you love and can be proud of. The global IHP community is filled with some of the most kind and caring people in the world, and we can't wait to welcome you into our world soon. For more information or to set up a discovery call with one of our IHP Health Coach graduates, simply head over to integrativehealthpractitioner.org.